What's going on, boys, and welcome back to the Days of Confused Fantasy Football League. Video is delayed. There were a few things that set it back, but it's coming out now, day of the Thursday night game, so let's get this show on the road. Now, if you actually followed the channel last year, you would notice that I forgot to recap the championship game. So, I am going to do my due diligence and take my time here to go over last year's championship, which was between Tony and Brian, which everyone in the league knows Brian won. You might have forgot how. Both quarterbacks actually played in a game that got canceled due to Damar Hamlin's near-death experience. So it was our championship week. It was both of their quarterbacks, so they ended up just kind of canceling each other out. And Brian was up by 51.2. So, yeah, it was pretty over. We just ended up giving the trophy to Brian. I mean, and deservedly so. If we want to recap last year in general, Brian went 12-2. Let's see if he broke any records. Yep, most wins in a single season, most points for in a single season. Not best win streak, right? Tice, that guy's funny. Phil went 14. Nope, not biggest win streak. So just most points for and most wins, which definitely very important. Not even highest differential. Um, I want to talk to Devin about separating our stats since we've now changed rules twice to kind of increase scoring. Our points for and points against records are just going to be a little out there unless we don't separate them. So there's that. Yes, Brian overall is the champion. No, no weird stuff happened in the third place game. So yeah, first, second, third, yada yada yada. First is obviously Brian. Second is Tony. Third is Mark. But now let's go into this year. These are all of our stats going into year 9. Vinny's still with the highest winning percentage, even though having his first lackluster year, I think, in our league history. Vinny went 6-8. Not even that lackluster. It could have been worse. Yes, Vinny's first season under 500. Still has the highest winning percentage. Most points for is me. Least points against is Mark by a ton. Like, I think it happened last year too. Dude, why is Mark always the luckiest guy in our league? It literally makes no sense. Why? What does he deserve 94 points per game when Phil had 100, his opponent's average 120? 94? Dude, that is honestly crazy. I scored more points than Mark and had a differential of .9 when Mark had 14, man. Look at my points against. Holy shit. Uh all right, boys. Well, that is how last year ended, but now we're in a new year. New divisions. I'll show them right now. The people I'm supposed to hate during the year: Austin, Finn, Mark, Josh, and Tony. I'm starting my week this year with Josh. Projections give me the edge, even though they like his running backs more than mine. They like, oh, I put my wide receiver one in the flex. They like my wide receivers in flex more. They like his tight end, my defense, his kicker, but still give me the edge overall. Now, the funny story about Josh and I is that I actually started 5-0 against Josh. But then 1 year we played each other twice and he beat me, and then he beat me last year as well. So he's won 3 straight of our matchups. Um, close, not so close, and close. Doesn't matter though. I need to get back on track. Oh, he won 3 straight since I beat him in the championship. See, these are our league is going into year 9, so we really do have some like storylines based on just years past. Yeah, ever since I beat Josh in the championship, I haven't beat him again. Starting 5-0 against him, and he's on this kind of tear, so gonna hopefully shut him down this week, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go. Next game, Vinny versus. Why is Vinny projected so low? Cooper Cup. Damn. Okay, so no Cooper Cup. Who's Vinny's gonna start? John Dotson. Not horrible if McLaurin doesn't play. Okay, okay. So I'd easily give the advantage. Actually, I can't even say the advantage because Phil has no Alvin Kamara, so he's starting Montgomery, who's in a committee, and Charbonnet, who's the backup. This is interesting. He does have Justin Jefferson, Jalen Hurts, Hawkinson, so some heavy hitters in the positions like the rarity positions, quarterback, tight end, and I mean 1-1. Damn, this is crazy. Let's see their history. I actually am not aware. Vinny taking it 6-4, even though Phil has the normal high score. Vinny has a playoff win against Phil where apparently he blew him the fuck out. That's crazy. Vinny's actually won 3 of the last 4. So to get himself in the lead of this rivalry. Interesting, interesting. So Phil had the lead for a while? Traded, traded, traded. Then 3 of 4. Okay. So no, they were tied the whole time, and Vinny has gotten a bit of an edge in the recent years. It helps when Phil goes 0-14. So we'll see. My guess here is actually Phil gets the win here. I just like Justin Jefferson against Tampa, Jalen Hurts. Actually, this is going to be a good game. I'm still going Phil as my projected winner. Next, we have Mateo and Greg. I just realized that like I'm gonna try to get a little smaller so people could see these a little better. They give the projection rating to Greg by the tip of his dick. Um, and they haven't even taken Kelsey out yet. Okay, well, Kelsey might not be playing, so I'm gonna automatically give the edge to Mateo here. But they projected Pat Mahomes at 27. So Jesus Christ. Pretty good running backs. Wide receivers are meh, gonna lose Travis Kelsey. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Let's see their past. 4-3 overall. Greg taking the last one. Greg, Mateo, Mateo, Greg, Mateo, Mateo, Greg. That's funny. Um, pretty even matchups overall though. Average scores pretty close to each other. Yeah, honestly seem to be all pretty close games. Interesting. Still going Mateo as the person who comes out on top. Next, we have our champion Brian versus Devin. Devin notoriously hated his draft coming out. Looking at it now, I don't necessarily love it, but I don't hate it either. I'd call it pretty well rounded. He just doesn't have that like boom player. Like Derrick Henry, Debo, Dak, they feel like more safe with a less high ceiling. But I'm not gonna lie, I think my boy Brian could struggle here early on. The wide receiver room is just not one I'm completely a fan of. Devonta Smith, who is good, but a wide receiver too. Tyler Lockett, who is good, but a wide receiver too. And Terry McLaurin, who is injured with turf toe. I think I'm going to give the edge here to Devin, but this also, like, has the caveat of he has to believe in Kyle Pitts again. So, I mean, we'll see. How is their past? Let's see that. Wow. Devin with a convincing head-to-head matchup over Brian, not only in the regular season but in the playoffs. Brian did win week 13 last year, but it's a good game. Oh, they played week 1 last year where Devin won. That's interesting. Devin won week 7. Devin won week 14. Okay, so Devin has mostly taken the recent matchups, but Brian did get the most recent matchup win. Oh my God. This is a crazy playoff game. That's so insane. A playoff game determined by .1. Like, geez. That's fucking nuts. Again, give the edge to Devin. Screw Brian. We always hate former champs, except for me, of course. All right, next we got Tony versus Mark. Mark doesn't have a kicker in and is still projected more than Tony because Tony still has in Jonathan Taylor. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tony doesn't have a backup running back. Well, I'm going to give the edge to Mark here. Why does that piss me off so much, Tony? Please. First of all, you auto drafted Tony. Tony, you paid me $100 to auto draft, brother. And then you're not going to have an RB2. Waddle, Keenan. I mean, the team besides your running backs look good. Even your bench depth isn't bad. Why do we have a backup kicker? Just why so many wide receivers? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers? And 2 running backs, one of which who's hurt. This is just Tony, please get a running back. My projection obviously here is Mark. Mark and Tony's head-to-head matchup. It's pretty even, but the edge goes to Mark. Tony does have a playoff win last year against Mark, though. And that was their most recent matchup. Mark dominated early on. Tony caught 2. Mark caught 2. Tony, Mark, Tony. Okay, so Tony's fighting his way back into this head-to-head. Wow, not great in the regular season, but playoffs is interesting. Okay. So again, until Tony gets a fucking running back, give the edge to Mark. And then now we have Finn and Austin. Projection goes to Finn. They like his wide receivers, DK DeAndre versus Diggs and Zay Flower. Oh, Tony has Judy. Tony. Austin has Judy out. Zay Flowers isn't a bad pick here, though. Sky Moore. Oh, he's going to go with Zay Flowers over Sky Moore, replaced tonight with no Kelsey. Most likely no Kelsey. You know, that's a statement here, Austin. Lamar, Herbert. Probably go Lamar. McCaffrey, Pollard. I go McCaffrey. Mixon, Gibbs, Mixon. Diggs, Metcalf, Diggs. Hopkins, Zay Flowers. Probably Hopkins. Komet, Kittle. You know, I kind of lean Finn's team here. What's their head to head? 6-5 with the last win going to Austin. Austin, Finn. Okay, so yeah, this is Austin won the last matchup, which gives him the edge in the head to head. But Finn does have a playoff win against Austin where he blew him out. So give the edge to Finn. History has Austin in the lead, but I think he ties it up here. And yeah, we're gonna actually end this with the final standing projections because I haven't looked at them yet. Let's see how that fucking goes. I think it's at league home, right? Okay, let's see it. See, since draft day, I've gone up 3 spots. How? That doesn't make any sense. I've changed like literally almost nothing about my team. I've picked up 2 guys that are projected like 3 total if you combined them. How have I gone up? But they moved Devin to the bottom, Josh second to last, Mateo third. Interesting. Okay. So they think the best teams are Greg, Phil, Vinny, Tony. Yeah. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. But I am gonna write these down and see what how this progresses throughout the season. I will keep a spreadsheet. I want to see. I want to see how that goes. All right, boys, that's all I have for you today. Um, to review some things, the buy-in has been sent by mostly everybody. I'm missing a few people, but I will be buying the trophy and the green jacket and be sending them both to Brian. I think that's the best thing to do. Again, we have weekly awards. I'll put them in the Discord so everyone could look over them. That will be going up again. And yeah, today starts the fucking football season, boys. Let's get to it. I'm so fucking excited. All right, fellas. I hope all of you suck. Have a good one. Peace.